students, welcome to mathematics class once again. In today's video lesson, I am going to discuss with you exercise 4.3 of lines and angles chapter. While we were dealing with this chapter since 4 video lessons, those who have not watched those video lessons, just click on the playlist here, or else in the description below the links will be provided. And the immediate previous video lesson of the lines and angles and about the transversal lines, just click on the I button, you will be notified. Now here I have noted down the first problem of exercise 4.3, that is the diagram also is given here. It is given that L is parallel to M. To prove angle L is supplement to angle 1 is supplement to angle 8. Write the reasons for the statements. The statements are given below. We need to write the reasons for these statements. Seeing the diagram. Here in the diagram L is parallel to M, that is given here, and angle 1 is supplementary to angle 8. That means when you sum up 1 and 8, we need to get 180 degrees. So here in the statements here, the statements are given here, the reasons we have to write. L is parallel to M. The reason that is, it is given in the problem, isn't it? So that is the given information. So we'll write the reason as given. And angle 1 equal to angle 5. See here, see the diagram, angle 1 and angle 5. When two lines are parallel, and if I suppose this as N is a transversal, then angle 1 and angle 5 are the corresponding angles. Where when two lines are parallel, the corresponding angles are equal. So that is the reason. So corresponding angles equal. So given equal to, so we are, the reason is that they are corresponding angles. And next one, the third, angle 5 plus angle 8 equal to 180. Here angle 5 plus angle 8 is equal to 180. Since N is a transversal, it is a straight line. On the straight line, the angle is 180 degrees. So that we will write angle 5 plus angle 8 equal to 180. So we can also write it as a linear pair, or angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Linear pair. Okay. And angle 1 plus angle 8 is 180. Here angle 1 and angle 8 is 180. That we need to prove. It is supplement that we need to prove. How do we get that? In this, see here, we got angle 1 equal to angle 5. In this same thing, if you substitute, instead of angle 5, if you substitute 1, we get this thing. Okay. So substitute. The reason is, we will write substitute here angle 5 equal to angle 1. So we get angle 1. So we get angle 1 plus angle 8 is equal to 180 degrees. So this is the reason. Here we have these two are equal because corresponding, and in place of 5 I am substituting 1. So that means 1 plus 8 is equal to 180. That is the reason here. Okay. So pause the video and wrote it down. Yeah, the second problem, I had drawn the diagram here, and in the diagram here it is given 3 lines, A, B, C, D, and A, B and C, D. This is the CD line and EF line. Okay. See here. In the adjacent figure, in the figure here, AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. CD is parallel to EF. And angle Y is to Z equals to 3:7. Find X. Here given angles X, Y, Z. But given the ratio of Y is to Z equal to 3:7, find X. We need to find this angle. Okay. So here there is an axiom. We have an axiom that lines which are parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Okay. That is the axiom here. Let me write down. Lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. parallel to each other. So this is the axiom. Okay. So here this axiom works out here. See here, AB line is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. And again CD is parallel to EF. Now the lines, if you see AB and EF lines, these two lines are parallel to the same line. Okay. Since AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, these two lines are parallel to the same line. That means are parallel to the same line, are parallel to each other. That means these two are parallel to the same line, then they are also parallel to each other. That the axiom says. So AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF. That means AB is parallel to EF according to that axiom. Okay. So accordingly we get AB parallel, according to the axiom, we get AB parallel to EF. Yes. Now, also given Y is to Z. So, Y is to Z is 3 is to 7. Let angle Y be equal to 3k degrees. Okay. 3k degrees. I'll suppose it as, and therefore other angle will be, Z angle will be equal to 7k. I'm supposing it. Okay. So here if you see this line is parallel to this line which is given, and these two form the angles on the same side of the transversal. So when two lines are parallel, AB is parallel to CD and this is the transversal. It's not given in the textbook, but let me suppose this as line L. Okay, L is transversal. So according to that theorem, when two lines are parallel, angle X and angle Y, X plus Y equals to 180 degrees, because since they are the angles on same side of the transversal which are supplementary. Angles, we should write the reason here. Angles to the same side. Interior angles to the same side. Same side of transversal are supplementary. This is the theorem when two lines are equal, parallel. Okay. According to this, we will what we supposed here, x plus y. So y we supposed 3k and z we supposed as 7k. We have to find here. Okay. Let me keep this as like these two are. Let me take this as equation 1. Okay. Now here from this accordingly we got AB is parallel to EF. So don't see the CD line. First only consider AB and EF. These two are parallel we got according to the axiom. If they are parallel, angle X and angle Z are the corresponding angles which are equal. Okay. Angle X equals to angle Z. Why? Since corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are equal when two lines are parallel, right? So angle X is equal to what? I have see here, angle Z equal to 7k. So X is equal to, I'll substitute 7k degrees. Okay. So let this be equation 2, or let's substitute X value. Again we'll do substitute X equal to 7k in equation 1. So equation 1 is X plus Y. So 7k plus Y value we know 3k equals to 180. From this 10k equal to 180. So k value, so k degrees is equal to 180 by 10, that is 18 degrees. We got the k as 18 degrees, but what we have here, we have X is equal to 7k. Therefore we have supposed this k x has some k, y has 3k and z has 7k. That k is a constant, okay. But x is equal to 7k, so 7 multiplied by 18 degrees. So that becomes, so multiply it if you do it. 56, so 126. So x value, x is equal to 120 degrees. So this is find x. Okay, pause the video and note it down. The third problem, in the adjacent figure, AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD here. EF is a perpendicular to CD, that is given, and angle GED. So angle GE and D is 126 degrees given. This angle GED is 126 degrees. Find angle AGE, angle GF and angle FGE. Okay, from this concept, that is, these two are parallel lines. When these two are parallel lines, here GE, if you consider GE, this is the transversal. If you extend it also here, if you can extend here, this is a transversal. GE is a transversal. Then the angles, if you see the angle here, angle formed here, that is AGE, and the angle GED, this angle GED, which is the complete angle is 126 degrees. Okay, I am writing it below. So angle GED is 126 degrees. This angle and angle AGE, if you see, these two angles are interior alternate angles. When you consider these two here, these two are parallel lines and GE is a transversal. See, angle AGE and angle GED are the interior alternate angles. So interior alternate angles are always equal. So here, let's start. AB is parallel to CD, right? And GE is transversal. The line GE is transversal. So then we have angle AGE is equal to angle GED. Angle GED. So given angle GED is 126 degrees. Okay. So why they are equal? They are, since interior alternate angles are equal. When two lines are parallel, their interior alternate angles are equal. Interior alternate angles. Another name for this is allied alternate angles also, or else consecutive alternate angles are equal. So we can say angle AGE equal to 126 degrees from the above. Now here we have to find, one is over AGE, we have to find GEF. Now considering the second part here, EF is the, perpendicular to CD. EF is perpendicular to CD. That means there is 90 degrees formed here. FED is 90 degrees since it is a perpendicular. And here we know the complete angle is 126 degrees. In that, if you subtract this 90 degrees, we get the angle GEF. Okay, that we need to find. So angle GEF is equal to, the complete angle is angle GED minus 90 degrees. Okay, so that means GED is 126 degrees minus 90 degrees. Yeah, that means it is just 36 degrees. So GEF is 36 degrees. The second one we got. Now we need to find FGE. Where is FGE? F, G and E. This part. Okay, this part we have to find. So if you see, this is a straight line AB. So angle on a straight line is 180. So this we got as 126. So this is 180 minus 126. So here angle FGE, let me write here. Angle FGE equal to this one, FGE, this angle is equal to 180 degrees minus 126 degrees. So this is 180 minus 126 degrees. So that comes to here, if you subtract it, it will become 54, I suppose. Yes. angle FGE equals to 54 degrees. Here we have found out all the three angles by the properties of the parallel lines. Pause the video and note it down. See, in the adjacent figure, PQ is parallel to ST and angle PQR is 110 degrees, PQR is 110 degrees, RST is 130 degrees, RST angle is 130. Find QRS. Where is QRS? QRS. So we need to find this angle. This angle we have to find. Right. Here also given, a hint is given that draw a line parallel to ST such that it passes through R. That is the hint given. So let us draw that. So passing through R, let me draw a line. This is the line, let me draw. So the construction is made, so we will be doing it like this, dotted lines. Okay, and also let me extend this also. Suppose if you are extending this, so extension also keep it in a dotted lines. This also, these are all straight lines, can be extended. So I'll be extending this, suppose. Okay, here what I did, I've extended this, I've drawn a line passing through R such that it is parallel to ST. That is the hint given, and I've also extended ST here towards this. Since they are all straight lines and they are parallel. Now here in the figure, PQ is parallel to ST. PQ is parallel to ST given. These two are parallel. Okay, these two are parallel. Right. And PQR is equal to 110 degrees. RST is, where is our RST is 130 degrees. If you see these two, PQ is parallel to ST here, and also in the axiom of lines parallel to same line are parallel to each other. So the lines parallel to this thing. See here, PQ is parallel to ST. Here also, and also if you consider this line, straight line parallel to ST, I have drawn parallel to ST. That means here if you suppose SR as the transversal, so the angle, this angle and this angle will be the angles on same side of the transversal, which are 180 degrees. So if this is 130, so 180 minus 130 means here it should be 50 degrees. Right. And also here consider, see, PQ is parallel to ST and this is parallel to this, means according to the axiom this is also parallel to this line. So if this is parallel to this line, we can consider this is 110. So this angle, complete angle is equal to 110 because they are interior alternate angles. Right. So let us see here, first one here, PQ is parallel to ST. These two you can take, and from this you can take this also, we can consider these two. Okay, so angle, what is that given? RST. So RST, angle RST plus the angle SR and T. These two angles SR and T equals to 180 degrees. Why? Because angles on the same side of the transversal. See, the angle SR here, not T. We will consider, draw a line, they told, no. So we will mention this as, if this is PQ, this is ST, let me suppose this as some MN. Okay, MN. So it will become SRM. Sorry, this is not T, SRM equal to 180 degree. That means this angle and this angle equals to 180 because since the angles on same side of the transversal, angles on, sum of the angles also you can write, same side of transversal are 180, supplementary, are supplementary. So this is 130, so this should be, here RST plus SRM is 180 degrees, the angles. So here we got 130. So this SRM is, angle SRM is equal to 50 degrees from the above. Okay, so 130, if you subtract it from 180, it is 50 degrees. So we got this angle as 50 degrees. Here consider these two lines. PQ is parallel to MN. Okay, MS, sorry, this is N, suppose this is M only. So consider PQ parallel to NM line. If these two are parallel and the transversal is QR, this angle is 110. So this angle, this complete angles must be equal to 110 only. So here consider angle PQR equals to angle QRM. Why? Because that is equal to 110. Why? Because interior and alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. And here we have, this is 50 degrees. This must be 110 minus 50 degrees. So from the above, we get QRS, angle QRS equals to 110 degrees minus 50 degrees, which we got. So that's from the above I wrote. So that becomes 60 degrees. Therefore, angle QRS is 60 degrees. That we need to find. So with this, we will end the session today, and we will see the remaining problems of this exercise in the next class. Thank you all.